Assalamu alaikum ji. Welcome back to Evolve at 5, and I am back after a long break. From now on, for the next 6 to 8 months approximately, and maybe longer, we'll be discussing more about facial profiling, facial reading, facial analysis, and we'll go into the science and the basis and the research what has been done previously and what is going right now and what's the future. We'll be discussing that in today's Evolve at 5. But before that, we'll go into the science, what's the science behind it, how it has evolved. So the science of epigenetics is one thing that forms the basis of facial profiling, what currently I am practicing and teaching. And in that facial profiling, um, I just will like to give through an example that as we go to the gym, we go for the workout for the muscle strengthening. The same happens with our facial muscles. Those facial muscles, which are obviously controlled by our emotions and by experience and feelings, they either strengthen up and they are pronounced, they are magnified, they are enlarged. Whereas those muscles which are not used, they deplete or they dystrophy or atrophy and reduce in size. So that is the basic foundation from where I call it the science of epigenetics. So what you are practicing is being transferred through your experiences to your face, and that are interpreted or read by the facial profiling or the facial features. So that is I'm not a layman, a scientific reasoning or the basic mechanism what facial profiling is, it how does it work. If you go back into the history, it's more than 3000 years old practice. It's an art and science. Science of epigenetics is there, and then correlating it with our current situations, with our personal lives, with our professional lives, even in social interactions, we can very effectively use facial profiling to make them much more interactive, much more productive, much more integrated. Now, what's the way about how do we go ahead in that? Currently, I am advising a society, professional development society, at Superior University. I have approximately 20 society members, and we try to focus on professional development. But the first step, the foundation step, or the initial startup is from facial profiling. In that, we are conducting certification programs, seminars, workshops, interactive sessions. I'll be uploading those as a proof of concept on the social media also. We have been conducting training workshops at LMDC for dental graduates because that's my niche. That is my area or industry of work. So how does dental professionals make a decision that is for their personal development, for their personal growth, and the way ahead in their professional careers and in personal lives also. But when it comes to patients, the second purpose of trainings is that when you have a patient in your dental chair, how do you see the patient's face and analyze how he or she is going to make a decision? So that gives the dental professionals an idea how the patient is going to prioritize their decision making regarding dental treatment. The workshops and trainings were both at CMH Lahore and at Lahore Medical and Dental College. I have been doing it with allied health sciences students and graduates, with cosmetologists, with physiotherapists. Then another event was at management sciences. They were from management sciences people. The main the class was different. They were the MS PhD students who were in that session, and over there the basis were facial profiling, and over there how does the client or the prospect in front of them makes a decision. That was the second interaction or the workshop or training where I first taught them how the decision making, risk taking is done, and then we had interactive sessions. So that's what's going on right now, and at least for 6-8 months, even more, we'll be focusing, discussing on how facial profiling can have a huge impact in our personal lives, in our social interactions, in our professional life. And we'll be discussing what are the applications, how to integrate, and all these things. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, to comment or suggest. Another thing that is linked to, not based on, linked to facial profiling, the same society, professional development society I'm working with at Superior, we are planning a 3-day trip. We plan to go to Murray, and over there we'll be having a basic beginner level certificate program on facial profiling. That's one part of the agenda. But along with that, all those members who are going will be teaching them, training them how to be in a frame of mind to begin a startup. The travel, the stay, the activities they are doing will be inculcating leadership qualities, strategy making, innovation, and on top how to document that experience for their social media handling and for their professional growth also. So that's what's going on. I'll keep you updated, and I hope and that I'll just be much more regular and consistent in the Evolve at 5 sessions. So stay safe, join us. Allah Hafiz.